Picture this. You are scrolling through Instagram at 2 a.m. and suddenly you see an ad for those exact shoes you were thinking about buying. Creepy? Maybe. Magic? Definitely not. What if I told you that a 22-year-old data scientist in Bangalore just became a crorepati by understanding one simple concept that 99% of AI enthusiasts completely ignore? And what if I told you that this same concept is the reason why your favorite food delivery app knows you are going to order biryani before you even know it? Today, we are diving deep into the most overlooked yet crucial foundation of artificial intelligence, datasets. And by the end of this video, you will understand why Sundar Pichai once said that data is the new oil, and more importantly, how you can start refining this oil to build AI systems that actually work. But here's the catch. If you don't master this concept, you will join the 87% of AI projects that fail miserably. Stick around because I am about to reveal the 3 deadly dataset mistakes that could destroy your AI dreams. But first, let me tell you a story. Meet Arjun, a 24-year-old computer science graduate from Pune. 3 months ago, he was working on what he thought would be his breakthrough AI project, a food recommendation system for a local restaurant chain. Arjun spent weeks perfecting his neural network architecture. He read every research paper, implemented the latest algorithms, and even bought a fancy GPU with his internship money. His model was supposed to predict what customers would order based on their past behavior. Launch day arrived. The system went live, and then chaos. The AI started recommending meat dishes to vegetarian customers. It suggested ice cream to lactose intolerant users. It even recommended breakfast items at 11 p.m. Within 48 hours, customer complaints flooded in, and Arjun's dream project became a nightmare. What went wrong? Arjun had the perfect algorithm, the best hardware, and months of preparation. But he made one critical mistake. He completely ignored the foundation of his AI system, the dataset. Sound familiar? This is happening to thousands of aspiring AI engineers across India right now. But here's the good news. Arjun's story doesn't end there, and neither does yours. A quick question. Have you ever wondered why Netflix recommendations work so well, but YouTube sometimes shows you videos in Tamil when you don't speak Tamil? It's not because Mark Zuckerberg is personally trolling you. It's all about the data. But before we dive into the solution that saved Arjun's career, let me ask you this. What if I told you that understanding datasets is like learning to read people's minds? Intrigued? Let's find out how. Alright, let's get real for a minute. When most people hear dataset, they think the boring Excel spreadsheets with numbers. But here's the truth that will blow your mind. Datasets are actually the DNA of artificial intelligence. Think of a dataset as a massive collection of examples that teach your AI how to think, just like how you learn to recognize faces by seeing thousands of faces throughout your life. AI learns patterns by analyzing massive amounts of data. Remember when you were a kid and your mom taught you to recognize a mango? She didn't just show you one mango and say, "This is a mango." She showed you green mangoes, yellow mangoes, big ones, small ones, ripe ones, raw ones. That collection of mango examples, that's essentially a dataset. Now here's where it's get interesting. In machine learning, we have three main types of datasets, and understanding these is like having a cheat code for AI success. Number one, structured data. This is your organized, neat tree cousin. Think of it as data that follows rules like a well organized wardrobe. Your bank statements, cricket scorecards, and those endless forms you fill out, all structured data. Unstructured data. This is the rebel of the data world. Images, videos, audio files, and yes, even your WhatsApp messages. It's messy, chaotic, but incredibly valuable. Semi structured data. The perfect balance. Think JSON files, XML, or even email metadata. It has some organization but isn't as rigid as structured data. But here's the $1,000,000 question. Which type of data was responsible for Arjun's massive failure? And more importantly, which type could have made him a millionaire instead? The answer might surprise you. After his spectacular failure, Arjun was devastated. He was ready to give up on AI forever. But then, his senior colleague Priya sat him down and said something that changed everything. Priya said, Arjun, you built a Ferrari engine but put it in a bullock cart. Your algorithm was perfect, but your data was garbage. That's when Arjun realized his massive mistake. He had collected data from only one restaurant location in South Mumbai, an upscale area where people frequently ordered expensive, exotic dishes. But he was trying to apply this model to restaurants across India, including small towns where people prefer simple, affordable meals. This is what data scientists call sampling bias. And it's one of the three deadly dataset mistakes I mentioned earlier. But hold on, we will reveal the other two mistakes shortly. Priya then introduced Arjun to the concept of data exploration. And this is where our story takes an exciting turn. She showed him how to actually look at his data, understand it, and make it work for his AI system. Within 3 weeks of applying these dataset principles, Arjun's food recommendation system went from disaster to superhit. The restaurant chain saw a 40% increase in customer satisfaction and a 25% boost in average order value. But the real breakthrough came when Arjun discovered something that changed his entire approach to AI. Wait, before we continue with Arjun's story, let me ask you something that might make you uncomfortable. Have you ever tried to impress someone by talking about machine learning, but secretly you weren't sure if you could even spell algorithm correctly? Don't worry, we have all been there. Even Sundar Pichai probably Googled how to Google at some point in his life. The key is to start with the basics, and datasets are where it all begins. Now let's get back to Arjun's breakthrough moment. Here's what Priya taught Arjun about the anatomy of a dataset, and this knowledge is worth more than any engineering degree you will ever get. Every dataset has three crucial components, and understanding these is like learning the secret ingredients of biryani. Number one, features, that is independent variables. These are the characteristics or attributes of your data. In Arjun's case, features included customer age, location, past orders, time of day, weather, and even the day of the week. Think of features like the questions you ask when you are trying to figure out what movie to watch, what type do you like, what's your mood, how much time do you have. Each question is a feature that helps you make a better recommendation. Number two, target variable. that is a dependent variable. This is what you are trying to predict. For Arjun, it was what will the customer order. For Netflix, it's what will this person want to watch. Number 3, instances, that is data points. These are individual examples in your dataset. Each customer's order history is one instance. Each time you rate a movie on Netflix, that's one instance. But here's where Arjun's story gets really interesting. He discovered that having the right features wasn't enough. He needed to understand the relationships between them. For example, he found that customers who ordered masala chai were 73% more likely to order samosas. People who ordered food during IPL matches preferred spicier dishes, and customers who ordered late at night were more likely to order comfort food. This process of understanding your data is called exploratory data analysis, that is EDA. And it's like being a detective in a Bollywood movie. You are looking for clues, patterns, and hidden secrets in your data. But EDA revealed something shocking about Arjun's original dataset. A problem so severe that it could have destroyed not just his project but his entire career. Want to know what it was? When Arjun started his EDA journey, he thought he was just going to clean up some messy data, but what he discovered left him speechless. His dataset had a massive gender bias. 78% of his training data came from male customers, and even worse, it was heavily skewed toward customers aged between 25 to 35. He was trying to build a system for everyone, but he had only taught it to understand young men's food preferences. This was deadly mistake number 2, demographic bias, and it gets worse. When he dug deeper, he found that his data collection method was fundamentally flawed. He had been collecting data only during weekdays, missing completely different eating patterns of weekends. He had data from only one season, missing how people's preferences change with weather. Imagine trying to understand Indian cricket by only watching T20 matches, or trying to understand Bollywood by only watching Shah Rukh Khan movies. That's exactly what Arjun was doing with his dataset. But here's the beautiful part of this story. Instead of giving up, Arjun turned this disaster into his biggest learning opportunity. He started collecting data systematically. Number 1, equal representation across genders and age groups. Number 2, data from different seasons and weather conditions. Number 3, weekday versus weekend patterns. Number 4, festival versus regular day preferences. Number 5, regional variations across different cities. And the results, mind-blowing. His new model's accuracy jumped from 34% to 89%. Customer satisfaction soared, and the restaurant chain was so impressed that they offered Arjun a full-time position with a salary that was 300% higher than his previous job. But we still haven't revealed the third deadly dataset mistake, the one that's probably affecting your AI projects right now. Okay, real talk time. How many of you have tried to build a machine learning model using a dataset you downloaded from Kaggle without actually understanding what's in it? It's like trying to cook biryani using a recipe written in Arabic when you only know Hindi. Sure, you might end up with something that looks like biryani, but good luck explaining why it tastes like disaster. Don't worry, we have all been there. Even Google's engineers probably trained their first AI model on their lunch orders. The key is learning from these mistakes. Now let's talk about process that transformed Arjun's from a failed AI engineer to a data science superstar: data collection and quality assurance. Most people think data collection is like collecting stamps. You just gather as much as you can and hope for the best. But here's the truth: collecting data is more like assembling a cricket team. You need the right players in the right position, playing at the right time. Let's break down the main data collection methods. Number one, APIs, application programming interfaces. This is like having a direct hotline to data sources. Swiggy uses APIs to get real-time restaurant data, weather information, and traffic updates. It's fast, reliable, and gives you exactly what you need. Number two, web scraping. This is the ninja approach to data collection. You automatically extract data from websites, but be careful. It's like borrowing your neighbor's Wi-Fi. Technically possible, but you need to be ethical about it. Number three, surveys and questionnaires. The old school method that still works. It's like asking your mom what she wants for dinner instead of guessing. Direct, but you need to make sure you are asking the right people the right questions. Number four, sensor data. This is the future. Your smartphone, fitness tracker, even your car, they are all generating data 24/7. It's like having a personal assistant who never sleeps and remembers everything. But here's where most people mess up. They focus on quantity over quality. They think more data automatically means better results. Wrong. It's not about having a million data points. It's about having the right data points. Arjun learned this the hard way when he realized that 100,000 biased data points were worse than 10,000 diverse, high quality data points. This brings us to the concept of data quality. And this is where we finally reveal the third deadly dataset mistake. Are you ready for this? The third deadly dataset mistake that destroys AI projects is data leakage. Now, what the heck is data leakage, you might ask? Let me explain with a story that will make you understand the concept forever. Imagine you are trying to predict which students will fail in exam. You collect data about their study habits, attendance, and previous test scores. Your model performs amazingly well with 95% accuracy. You are feeling like a genius. But then you realize you accidentally included their final exam grades in your training data. You were trying to predict exam results using the exam results themselves. This is data leakage. When information from the future accidentally leaks into your training data. It's like asking someone to predict tomorrow's weather when they already know tomorrow's weather forecast. In Arjun's original dataset, he had accidentally included data about whether customers reordered the same dish in future. He was trying to predict what people would order while already knowing what they actually ordered later. This is why his models seemed to work in testing but failed spectacularly in the real world. It was like having the answer key during an exam but not knowing the questions. But avoiding data leakage is just the beginning. There's a whole science to prepare your data for machine learning. And what Arjun learned next changed everything. A quick confession time. I once spent 3 days debugging a machine learning model only to realize I had trained it on test data. It's like studying for a math exam using the answer sheet and then wondering why you can't solve new problems. We have all been there. And if you haven't, you are either a genius or you haven't built enough models yet. The good news, These mistakes are actually your stepping stones to success. Data preprocessing and feature engineering. Now we are getting to the exciting part. Transforming raw data into AI gold. This is where Arjun's journey gets really interesting. Data preprocessing is like preparing ingredients for cooking. You wouldn't throw whole onions into biryani, right? You chop them, fry them, and prepare them properly. Same with data. Let's break down the essential preprocessing steps. Number 1, handling missing values. Missing data is like having incomplete sentences in a conversation. Your AI gets confused and makes wrong assumptions. In Arjun's restaurant data, some customers hadn't provided their age information. Instead of ignoring these customers, he used smart imputation techniques. For numerical data like age, he used the median age of similar customers. For categorical data like preferred cuisine, he used the most common preferences in that customer's location. Number 2, feature encoding. This is where the magic happens. Computers don't understand North Indian food or weekend. You need to convert these into numbers. Think of it like translating Hindi to English. Your AI only speaks numbers, so you need to translate everything into its language. Number 3, feature scaling. Imagine comparing someone's height in centimeters, suppose 170 centimeters, with their age in years, 25 years. The height number is much bigger. So your AI might think height is more important than age. Feature scaling fixes this by making all numbers comparable. Number 4, feature engineering, the secret sauce. This is where good data scientists become great ones. Instead of just using raw data, you create new features that capture hidden patterns. Arjun discovered that combining existing features created powerful new insights. Customers' spiciness preference score based on their order history, weather mood compatibility index, how weather affects food choices, social eating tendency, likelihood to order for groups versus individuals. These engineered features boosted his model's performance by 35%. But feature engineering is just one part of the puzzle. The real breakthrough came when Arjun learned about data splitting, and this knowledge could save your AI projects from certain doom. Number 5, dataset splitting, the make or break moment. This is where 70% of AI projects fail. You need to split your data into 3 parts. Number 1, training set, 60%, where your AI learns. Number 2, validation set, 20%, where you test different approaches. Test set, 20%, where you get the final unbiased evaluation. Think of it like preparing for JEE. You study from textbooks, that is training, practice with mock test, that is validation, and finally make the actual exam, that is test. You cannot use the same question for all 3, but even perfect data pre-processing can't save you from the ethical landmines that destroy AI careers. And what Arjun discovered about bias in AI systems will shock you. Just when Arjun thought he had mastered datasets, he discovered something that nearly ended his career before it really began. His improved recommendation system was working great for urban customers but completely failing for rural users. It was recommending expensive imported fruits to farmers and suggesting continental breakfast to people who had never heard of croissant. That's when Arjun realized his dataset had a deeper problem. It was reflecting and amplifying social biases. This isn't just a technical problem, it's an ethical crisis. AI systems trained on biased data can discriminate against certain communities, perpetuate gender stereotypes, exclude people based on their economic background, reinforce racial or regional prejudices. Imagine an AI hiring system that rejects qualified candidates because they are women, or a loan approval system that discriminates against people from certain states. This isn't science fiction, it's happening right now. Arjun realized he had a responsibility. He couldn't just build AI systems that worked, he had to build systems that were fair, inclusive, and ethical. So he started implementing bias detection and mitigation strategies, ensuring equal representation across all demographics, testing his system's performance on different groups, regularly auditing for unfair outcomes, creating feedback loops to catch and correct biases. The result: not only did his system become more accurate, but it also became more fair and inclusive. The restaurant chain saw increased customer satisfaction across all demographic groups, and Arjun became known as an ethical AI pioneer. But the real test came when Arjun's system was deployed across multiple industries. What he learned about real-world applications will give you a roadmap for your own AI success. Pause for a moment and ask yourself this. If you could build an AI system that could solve any problem in India, what would it be? Traffic management, healthcare accessibility, education quality, food security. Here's the thing. All of these solutions start with understanding datasets. The data you collect and how you process it will determine whether your AI becomes a solution or just another problem. Now let's see how Arjun's dataset knowledge translated into real-world impact. 6 months after his food recommendation success, Arjun was approached by companies across different industries. They all wanted to know, can you apply your dataset expertise to solve our problems? And boy, did he deliver. Let me share 3 incredible applications that show the power of proper dataset understanding. Number 1, healthcare revolution. A hospital in Chennai wanted to predict which patients were at high risk of readmission. Arjun applied his dataset principles, collected diverse patient data, not just from one department, ensured representation across age groups, genders, and medical conditions, handled missing medical records carefully, created features that captured hidden health patterns. Result: 40% reduction in unexpected readmission and better patient care planning. Financial inclusion. A fintech startup wanted to provide loans to people without traditional credit scores. Traditional banks would reject these customers, but Arjun saw an opportunity. Collected alternative data, that is mobile phone usage, utility bill payments, social media activity. Number 2, ensured representation from rural and urban areas. Number 3, built features that captured financial behavior patterns. Number 4, implemented bias detection to ensure fair lending. Result: 60% of previously unbanked individuals got access to fair credit, and the default rate was actually lower than traditional credit scoring methods. Number 3, education optimization. An edtech company wanted to predict which students would struggle with online learning. Arjun's approach: he collected data on learning patterns, not just test scores, included factors like internet connectivity, device usage, and study environment, ensured representation across different socio-economic backgrounds, created early warning system for struggling students. Result: 45% improvement in student success rates and more targeted support for those who needed it most. These success stories all have one thing in common. They started with understanding datasets properly. But Arjun's journey taught him something even more valuable: As we wrap up this incredible journey, let me share the ultimate truth that Arjun discovered about datasets. And this might be the most important thing you learn today. Datasets aren't just collections of numbers and text. They are digital mirrors of our society, capturing human behavior, preferences, struggles, and dreams. When you work with datasets, you are not just building AI systems. You are shaping the future of how technology interacts with humanity. Every dataset tells a story. Every feature represents someone's choice. Every data point is a moment in someone's life. As AI builders, we have the power and responsibility to make sure these stories are told fairly and completely. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just build AI systems that work, build AI systems that work for everyone. Start with understanding your data. Respect the people behind the data. And always ask yourself, is my dataset truly representative of the world I want to create? Remember, in the world of AI, data is indeed the new oil. But unlike oil, data doesn't run out. It grows richer and more valuable when shaped responsibly and used ethically. Your journey with dataset starts now. The future of AI is in your hands, and it all begins with understanding the data. If this video helped you understand the crucial role of datasets in machine learning, smash that like button, subscribe for more AI insights, and let me know in the comments what's the most interesting dataset you have worked with. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and keep making AI that's make a difference.